Welcome back to my channel. Rewind that. It's your girl, Miss K. If this is your first time coming across my channel, welcome. Please be sure to subscribe if you like the vibe and hit that notification bell so you know when I upload more videos like this one. Hit that notification bell so you know when I go live. How about that? Okay. All right, guys. I hope that you guys all had a wonderful weekend. And we are about to talk about the long awaited episode. So many of us have seen the leaks, and I had to see the freaking leaks because folks don't know how to respectfully shut their mouths or stop their fingers from typing spoilers. So we're only going to be talking about episode number 9. Like AG said, hey, AG, please no episode 10 spoilers. Everybody has not seen episode number 10. Thank you so much. Okay. I'm going to say hello to Rashonda Greer, Hope Lee, DeMarcus Vaughn, LSW, Mike Conley. You guys, someone said I can't see or hear anything. You guys can hear me, right? I don't know. AG is saying I can't see or hear anything. I don't know what she means by that. All right. Okay. One Shot Gaming. Hi. Samara, Daria, Michelle. So far that's it. Okay, so let me get my guest up in here. Okay, everybody says LSW says I'm good. All right. Okie dokie, guys, let's get started. Are you ready back there, my guest? Okie dokie. Coming to the stage, because this is the stage, honey, is my girl. Pretty Girl Loves Trap Content. Hey.
It always makes me feel like I gotta do something. Like I gotta drop it like it's hot or something. I mean, it's Sunday for the Lord. Drop it like it's hot for the Lord. A little praise dance, if you will.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, boy, hey, chat.
Yes, you look so cute as usual. Per usual. Per usual.
Oh gosh.
All right, guys. Yes, please hit that like button. And all right, so we're just going to start off with the overview real quick. So what happens is today, guys, we're going to do it a little differently than I normally do. It's just me and Pretty Girl Loves Trap Content tonight. So we're going to pretty much do a recap, but during the recap, as I go over certain scenarios and scenes, I'll stop and I'll ask for the favorite moment or the least favorite or the scratch in my head. You know what I mean? But we're going to go through the episode pretty much and try our best to get through it as quick as we can because, it's Sunday night. Before we get to the work, we want to have a little bit of chill time and everything like that. All right, guys, everybody be respectful in the chat. We are a community. We have love for one another. So love each other. No spoilers. Okay.
Thank you.
Right then. Okay, so please can you tell me your overall? This is the recap of season 3, episode number 9, and it's called A Last Gift. Now, who the heck was the last gift from? Was it Sax'S, girl? Go on and speak on it, child.
If you want to call it that, child, I don't consider it a gift. Okay, it's more like a curse. Okay. Oh Lord, Sax'S. But yes, I enjoyed the episode. I enjoyed seeing, of course, the people from the original Power. That was probably my favorite part. So really good, action packed. I do have some, qualms about the execution of some of the scenes. But overall, it was very entertaining per usual. But yeah, it was a really good episode. I enjoyed it.
Yes. All right. Thank you for joining us, Monique, 69 Ways, Keish NYC, Monica M. Thank you. All right, guys, please like the video and share as well. Thank you. Okay, so we're gonna start off with what we see. Like this is the aftermath of Sax'S getting obliterated. Okay, and so yes, and so the voicemail from Sax'S is playing over in Tariq's head, right? And so we see Tariq racing, he's looking through the office. He's looking through Sax'S things, and we see Kane rushing to get to the office. What's his name? Davis's office, because they work there, right? So now he gets there, they run into each other, and Kane is like upset because his boo got roped up. His boo and your boo got roped up, and he's letting it be known like your XB. He sees Tariq's like, what you doing? And he says your XB is alive and all that. she was mugging. I saw her mugging Effie or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And so now there's this argument going back and forth. And I'm like, yo, Tariq over here, calling him a dummy and all of this. I said, that's a little different. The dynamics.
Yes, huh? The kahunas came out.
Yeah. I was like, whoa. So he says, this is all your dumb fault and everything, because Lauren was going to leave. She wasn't going to talk, this and that. And then Kane jumps on the bandwagon of what we talked about is the season. Like, this is what the season, what is that word? I always know I know the word, but now I can't think of it. But it's what everyone has been doing. It's the theme of the season. Okay. Blame Tariq, right? Blame Tariq, blame Tariq. Tariq is all roads lead to Tariq. That's what it is. They really should have named one of the episodes All Roads Lead to Tariq. You know what I'm saying?
They called it Everybody Hates Reed.
Yes. Because I'm like, what is going on? So like I said, he blames Kane for what happened to his family, every bad thing that's ever happened to his family. I'm like, really? I mean, there was things that you was doing, my guy, that Tariq ain't have nothing to do with. Like, what's his name? Officer
Ramirez.
Yes. Like, there was things that you did, honey, that folks didn't have nothing to do. And the reason why you and Tariq had to team up together to delete the professor is because of what you did, right? He started to find out things and all that stuff. I don't want to go that's too far, but you know what I mean. All right. And then Tariq tells Kane that he wants to be him. And I get it, my nigga. Or something, you want to be me, my nigga, this and that and the third. I was like, but go ahead and talk about this
I like it. I like. There were a few conversations where I feel like it had to be said because everybody else was thinking it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Tariq was. It's one of those things. Power. They have a way of, with the dialogue to where both parties are true in the conversation. Because I do feel like a lot of things that occurred in the, Tejada family was because Tariq started selling drugs, for them, but he's not the complete blame for everything. And at the same time, Kane really does admire Tariq. Because I feel like he really wants to be. Tariq has a lot of attributes that, Kane will like. And the fact that, clearly Monet respects Tariq way more than Kane. That's like one of the major issues that he has with Tariq.
Right, exactly. Okay, like I don't really understand why he's so because you said his mom is the one that respects him, right? His mother gives the attention that he craves. She gives that to Tariq. So that great point. I mean, it's Thank you, DeMarcus, for the super chat. Effie did my man Kane dirty. Kane was probably singing "Unbreak My Heart" in the car. Kane got to bounce back to his old self. Love hurts, Team Kane. Thank you.
Cried in the car.
Right. He cried. You gonna go cry in the car. I mean, but thank you, DeMarcus, for that super chat, because he definitely was hurt. But we're gonna stay on script because that's too far, boo. That's too far. Okay, so let me check that off real quick. All right, so but I thought that was something. They started throwing hands and who hit who first? Tariq hit and he swung though because Kane got hands. And you clearly think you got hands now because you fought with Braden real quick. But even Braden had to get you up off of him and everything. Like that's about enough beating I'm gonna take, my man. So let me get up off me.
Them hands, technically you have hands, Tariq, but it ain't the type of hands you need. Kane can kill people with his bare hands, for real. He was playing with Tariq, like kind of like little brothering him, because he could have really hurt Rick if he really.
He tried to smash his head open with something. And then I said, "Where is Davis?" I said, "Isn't this Davis's office? What is going on? Where is he?" No. Then he came out like, "Are y'all serious right now?"
My good stuff.
Freaking heart attack.
Oh, my good supplies.
Yes, as serious as Sax'S is gone. Very serious. So of course Tariq winds up finding the file for the Whitman file. Okay, and he confiscates it and all that. And we're gonna talk about that later too. Okay. Oh my gosh, so much for this episode. Okay, so now Effie is not talking with an attorney because now that Kane is there, that was the reason for going to the office, because he wanted to get his boo saved. Okay, go up there and represent my girl now. And plus this could damage all of us, right? So he gets up there. Davis gets up there and he's trying to let her know that the best thing for you to do is to But he wanted her to kind of plead guilty, right? Take the charge. And she's like, what? So before that, because I'm kind of skipping. So she will not talk without an attorney. So we're not even going to talk about that. First, I want to talk about the fact that she will not talk without attorney. She's like, attorney. Like,
I thought she was about to start stepping or something. I was like, go ahead, full song. Let them people know.
And in this scene, even though I'm not like the biggest fan of Effie, I loved the fact that it had Blanca and Jenny like, well, that didn't work. Yeah, no, it didn't work.
Say it again, Miss K. Go ahead, say it.
That didn't work. That didn't work. No, it didn't.
Oh, good.
Okay, so now let's talk about this scene, right? All right, so Jenny sees Sax'S body. Child, look. All right, and she breaks down. And listen, her doing all of that crying and stuff, I'm like, girl, please save them daggone crocodile tears because it's your fault, right? But the writers have played it to where, they want us to feel the pain, and they got the music going. And it is a sad moment, though, because we're seeing Sax gone.
Yeah.
So it is still a sad moment for the people that wasn't happy about Sax being gone, because there are some people that really was happy about it. But for me, who didn't want Sax to go, it was sad. And then there were the words to the song that said something that I feel like it was definitely a fit for the situation. And it was saying something like, I don't know if I'm to blame if you're not here. And I'm like, yeah, girl, you is to blame. Yeah. But that's one thing about this show is they like to use a lot of songs that fit the scenario, right? So did you catch that? How did you feel? Go on and talk about how you felt about that scene with her with them tears and all that crap.
I felt nothing. I was like, Jenny, you should be sure. You should be a Maury Povich percentage that you are the one to blame. Like this, but of course, the accountability is not always there with this cast, though. But yes, I felt nothing, honestly. I did not feel bad. I felt bad, of course, seeing Sax gone. But when it comes to Jenny and her feelings, no, I felt nothing. Sorry.
And that's right. I didn't either. I was just like, girl, please. But then I started to it was like the second time I watched it, and I was like, let me listen to these words again, because they on point with these words. Okay. Yeah. Blame yourself, boo. But she didn't want to do that. But we're going to talk about it. So meanwhile, right, Blanca and the team, and I'm going to call it Blanca and the team because she kind of was playing herself a little bit with this scene. They're trying to blame Sax's deletion on Davis and his brother Theo. Trying to say that it was basically a whole setup. They put it together, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, you guys have never been more wrong. Like, you're so off track right now. It's not even funny. Usually Blanca pisses me off because she's so on point. And I'm like, how are you so on point? You have literally no evidence. She just goes by the person's like characteristic and what she thinks she knows about them. And she be on point. This time she was not on point at all. No. So we're going to talk about our least favorite moments, and I'm going to start with mine. So this was one of my least favorite moments when she was kind of like being a little disrespectful to Sax's memory, still ishing on him and everything. And I'm like, girl, and look, I don't like Jenny, but she sure spoke up, like, lay off, you know what I mean? But it's almost like, girl, it's kind of too late for all of that. But that's the problem. You can't take advantage of people when they're here, because if they go, you're going to feel like crap. You had the opportunity to save this man, help him, this and that. You didn't do none of that. Okay, so that was one of my least favorite moments, but I like how Medina was like, come on, show him some respect. He said it in Spanish and everything. Whatever he said.
One of us.
He was one of us and everything. And she's like, are you kidding me? You mean to tell me that we're going to sit here and act like he was the 30th one or whatever she said. Like, him taking a bullet doesn't erase, all the dirt that he's done. But it was like, are you kidding? Because guess what? When you were listening to everything and you knew that what they were doing was unethical and what he was doing was unethical, you were down with it. So it's not like you didn't know what the heck was going on.
Exactly.
So that was my least favorite moment. You could piggyback off and say whatever you want to say with that, and then talk about yours.
Yeah, Blanca was tight because she's still upset that Sax got her suspended in original power. So she's still upset about that. You know, I can understand, okay. And yeah, Jenny was definitely giving like Birdman, like put some respect on Sax's name. All three of y'all, stop playing with my man. That's about it. Junior just
tree.
But yeah, that was it. I don't have much for the Power Rangers. I really don't.
No, right? Oh my gosh, I love that name, Power Rangers. Yeah, that's what she said. He was up in his, what she said, he was up to his eyeballs in third. Like, don't even do that. We're gonna sit and pretend like he wasn't up to his eyeballs in third. Like, why are you being so disgusting? But y'all was all like, when it was Whitman, and y'all didn't even like Whitman like that, but y'all was over there like, so Whitman.
Yeah,
drinking like, yeah, get the heck out of here. Because why? It's that you know, the camaraderie. It's the, you know, this is somebody that's one of us and this and that. So you had that respect, but now all of a sudden it's Sax and you ain't got no respect.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, LSW says she used Sax. Okay, talk about your least favorite moment.
It hasn't come up yet. Do you want me to wait?
Or
you just want to go ahead and
you can go ahead and do it. Yeah, because I don't want to forget about it, you know.
Okay. Yeah. Well, my least favorite was the Castillo's demise, the whole family.
Okay.
That was I understand why they needed to go, because it was going to be a war. We had to prevent the war before it began. Mm-hmm. I just didn't I like the thought, the idea of it happening. I just don't know how I felt about the execution on screen. Like, it was a lot of questionable things. Like, they went back in, took off the masks. You know, he took off the mask to, you know, say sorry. And, you know, she had enough breath to say it's Monet. Kane ain't hear nothing. It's just the science and the math wasn't correct.
I should have let you wait, because that's a least favorite, a scratch in my head moment, all up in it's all tied up, because you are so right. Okay. Oh God. Yes. I was just like, really? We'll talk more about it when we get
we'll put a pin in that.
Because I was thinking the same things, like, what is happening?
Does carbon monoxide have an expiration time? Like, let me go ahead and get Google on the line, because
I want to talk about it so bad. We got to get there. We got to get there.
Okay.
I want to talk about that scene so bad. But anyway, Kane is out here being a bully as usual, right? So now he done met up with Braden. Mm-hmm. Braden sees the freaking car. He's like, Kane, because Kane will not stop. And as soon as like he gets close enough to him, opens the door and just boom, knocks him the freak out, puts him in the hospital and everything. He's talking about, you were fed this and that. You knew that Lauren wasn't dead, and just doing all kinds of bully stuff. And I'm just like, bullying doesn't last. No. Okay. And I'm just like, you know what? I can't with him. So he's trying to tell him, like, listen, I didn't know she was alive. Like, he's like, what are you talking about? So then he finds out that the whole situation with Effie getting roped up and all that stuff. So it's just like, and then he's like, I have to go to the hospital. He's like, yeah, you do that, and leaves.
Oh God, I cannot. That.
Did you go ahead? Say
just tell when people grow up privileged. See, when you from the hood and you either see something that's off or not right, you just go. You don't know how to stop, drop, and roll or nothing, Braden. Like like the brain cells. I swear, Braden. But like I said earlier in my life, like, you can't be messing up a fine automobile. Ike Turner said it. You can't be out here messing up no fine automobile. You gonna rent a car when you do all that, like Tariq did a few episodes ago. You don't be doing in your own vehicle. But Braden he's just still green. I don't know. He just need to get together. But there were some conversations in the future part of the episode that kind of lets us know he's really not 100% in.
Right. So, and we will
Yeah.
talk. And if I don't go over it, then you can always bring it up.
Okay.
So so we let me see if I want to say that yet. We do know that Tariq comes up to the hospital and he's not giving two craps. Like, bro, I know you hurting, but you gotta get things together. Like, we gotta figure out what's going on with your uncle, all of this. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, okay. You're discharged right now.
Right. You try to file a workman's comp claim to, like, Brady, come on, stop playing.
Yeah, you're like, can I just get 1 day off with my Xbox?
You want PTO? No, we don't have time for no vacation time, bro. We selling the drugs.
Yo, he wants 1 day off. Yo, this is insane. Okay, guys. So we already talked about it, right? Sax is working beyond the grave. And he leaves a letter for Monet. I think this is the first letter that we see. And he's leaving a letter for Monet telling her that Tariq is working with the feds. I know there's a lot of things that happen, but I gotta put on my Sax voice. Usually when I do videos, right, and I just show the pictures and I don't see my face, I feel way more comfortable doing my voices.
Really?
When you guys see my face in me doing the voice, I feel so crazy, but I still do it for you guys because I'm just gonna be me, okay? Now, if I remember, then another thing that traps me up is that if I don't know the words that verbatim, I feel like I won't do that good of an impression. So I don't really know exactly what he said, but I'm just going to try to flow with it anyway, right? So he says, if you're getting this letter, Monet.
Take yourself off screen if you feel better.
By this time, I'm dead. And then he says, but Tariq, well, I know that Tariq has done everything, but he is the reason. No, you've said so many things that happened in your life, but Tariq, he's the reason. Look, I wish I could remember everything you said. I really don't.
He pretty much said, regardless if Tariq pretty much didn't personally kill him, he holds him responsible.
Right. Okay. There we go.
Issues since he came into y'all lives, and I'm like, well, Sax, suppose you would have died of cancer.
There you go. Because I'm like, why can't I get it? I know there was something he was just out here blaming folks. I have no doubt that oh yeah, that's what I have no doubt that Tariq St. Patrick was the reason why I'm here. Shut the heck up. Don't piss me off, Sax.
Oh, I just wanted to know the execution. We know how James did his situation. Like, did you have a list of letters like, hey, said person, if I die of gunshot or any violent way, mail these off?
Right, because that was my scratch. That was the part of my scratch my head.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's fine. Because when we get there, I'm just gonna say it one more time and then you can go, because it was just like, what? Like, how is this happening? Why is everyone getting a letter at this time? Like, what's going on here? So yeah, so Monet is looking like, soon as she reading this, she's like reading this letter, you hear Sax's voice, and soon as he said Tariq was working with, get the F out of here. She was not even trying to hear it.
Yes. Hey, I appreciate that.
Exactly. I was about to say I appreciated that, because it's like, come on now, ain't no daggone way. And here come little dumb freaking Diana talking about some, no, Ma, because why would he's the one who told me to go to the roof. Girl, that does not mean that he has you set up.
No.
Oh, I can't wait till we get to the part. Shall wait. Anyway, we're gonna get there. Sometimes I don't like when I go in order. I like when I'm all over the place sometimes, because
that's
I can
fine.
say what I want. Boom, boom. But it's like I had when I was rewatching it, I made all my little points, talking points or whatever. So, but that was pretty much that. I don't know if you want to say anything about that whole situation. That's his first letter, talking beyond the grave.
Yeah, I'm just annoyed with Diana, but I'm more annoyed with Monet for even giving her. I don't know. I was just annoyed. I'm just put it like that.
Yeah, like letting her kind of talk her into it, right?
Yeah.
Kind of making her second guess herself. Like, since when do you let your daughter second guess you? I mean, make you second guess yourself. You know what I mean? Because as smart as Diana may be, she's still very wet behind the ears with a lot of stuff. Very.
Right.
Which is, I'm definitely going to talk about that later because she's so wet behind the ears. Okay, so the next one. All right, I'm sorry.
No, you
I
good.
just wanted to put this out because I didn't get a chance to. Oh gosh, let me see, where am I at? Okay, so Evelyn confronts Monet. Now go ahead and talk about that. You talk about it first while I, send this to Twitter, please.
Well, Monet's over there with the empty bar as always. This is the saddest drug front ever. But hey, Evelyn comes through with the finest of her blazer. Okay, like the blazer was fire. I love that, Evelyn. But she's like, "Where's Drew? Where is Drew? Because Gordo's still missing, and I need some answers." Of course, Monet, stone cold killer, ain't saying nothing. Like the face card. I don't know nothing. She just like her son. I don't know nothing. Okay. At the point, Evelyn was like, mother to mother. Okay, please, like, I need you to pretty much be on the same page with me. And I'm like, Evelyn, this is Monet Tejada. You don't want no mother connection with her. She ain't really the same type of mother you are. Even though you condone your kids selling the drugs, you have a little more compassion than Monet Tejada. And she probably would leave them kids in the warehouse if she knew they was over there suffering low key. You can't compare. But Monet, she's denying any information. She did mention, like, I don't be on YouTube. What you talking about?
She said, "What I look like I'm on YouTube." She's like, "You know what I'm talking about, B," or whatever she said, but she called her a B. Yes. I was like, "Ooh, she is coming in with the mama bear claws. They are out."
Yes, that's why she had the little leopard. What is that leopard? Little tiger print.
Yes, I loved it. I was like, "Go ahead, these mothers, okay, they be looking cute and all that and all that."
But Monet was still not budging, and Evelyn was like, "All right, I gave you grace when it came to my husband Frank. He was snitching." So I'm a kind of, probably her head, like, he was snitching. I gotta follow the rules, a little bit. And then, when it comes to my son, the gloves is off, okay? The lace fronts is coming off, baby girl. We got to figure something out. And Monet was like, all right, now you saying some triggering words. I'm feeling a little threatened, okay? We see Kane over there in the corner.
Cool. Yep, Evelyn. Like, I'm just gonna say this one time, Evelyn. It's time to go. Get the heck out.
Your time is up, honey. She's ready for her next appointment.
Yeah, Evelyn.
And is it me being petty? Drew was in the back room the whole time. Drew, you ain't hear none of this conversation.
He heard every daggone word.
Oh my God.
Every word. That's why he knew exactly what to say as soon as he came to freak out. Because he listening, back there listening. Can't say, you know what? I got this, Mom. I got this. You can't? But we're going to get there. But yes, I thought it was very sad that first I want to say how she was like, you're not even grieving him, talking about Lorenzo. Yes. I was like, oh, yeah, I'm like, oh, that's facts. Okay, so it's looking very suspect. Like, I told you I didn't want a war with the Tejadas. I told you that, because she trying to play and flip. Oh, you had something to do with that? Monet trying to flip it on her. Monet, stop. This lady is something else. Stop.
Piece of work.
Yes. And she said, you're not even acting like you're grieving him. Like, we're not going to go and play this game. But like you said, she said, I gave you grace and all that. But before she said, I gave you grace, what you had said before, what you mentioned, where she was basically pleading with her. Like, I just want to know what happened. Like, she know her kids are in the game. At this point, she want to stop worrying. She kind of just wants to know, like, even if he's dead. And I'm pretty sure she's fearing the worst at this point. The kid's not showing up, and that's not like him. And I think he was like the oldest, right? He seemed like he might have been the oldest.
I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, but either way, one of her kids, and he ain't showing up no daggone where, and it was just like, I'm not playing with you, girl. Like, I pleaded with you mother to mother. How would you feel if this was one of yours? And the sad thing about it is that Monet couldn't put herself in her shoes after how that feels.
Exactly.
And that was just weird to me. But at the same time, she is protecting one of her kids because he Was that a shade? A shade?
Oh no. I was just thinking here. But Omarion did come to mind. She got an icebox.
But look, all right, okay, I don't like to play devil's advocate, but let's play Monet's advocate for a second. The situation that she's in, yes, she knows what it is to grieve. You would think that she would be more sensitive towards what Evelyn is going through, right? But at the same time, she can't give up her son. Like without, if she were to tell the truth, then that means she's giving up her son.
Exactly.
And then it's going forward. So I at least giving her the benefit of the doubt with that. You know what I'm saying? I know everybody's probably like, oh, she's the worst mom. Oh, she's this, oh, she's that. But got to give her the benefit of the doubt. She can't she's not just going to give up her son. And don't forget though, she's a little softer with Drew.
Yeah,
she's a little softer with Drew. Like she's harder with Kane and Diana, but Drew is kind of like her second favorite, in my opinion.
It is, yeah. Alive, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right, alive.
He fall in line somewhere near too, but
right, Tariq. Y'all done adopted Tariq. I forgot. Y'all done adopted that boy Tariq, child. So that's when she started talking about the granted her grace and all that. Like, no, you're not gonna play around my kid. And then you got Monet, granted grace, whatever the extra words she said. Like those sound like threats to me. Like, girl, she is threatening you. She ain't really threatening. She promising. She ain't playing around. But like you said, Drew comes out talking about this is my mess. I'll handle it, and they all gotta go. I'm like, wow. So they all gotta go, right?
Family.
The whole freaking family. And I'll handle that. So I'm just like you said, what were you saying about Drew just coming out? He didn't hear anything.
Yeah. Because the part when they started talking about Lorenzo, that's the part I'm like, Drew, are you not peeping the clues behind? That's the part I'm like, come on.
I forgot about that. Oh, but that's also why Monet was keeping up the front.
Yeah.
Did you have something to do with that? Because Drew is in the bag.
This chick. But yeah.
Oh my goodness. I can't with her. Okay, so let's move on. So listen, I just have to talk about the Obi and the teeth pulling situation while Tariq is over there trying to plead his case to Obi to stall out Noma. This dude is over there straight torturing the dude, doing extractions after extractions. I was like, yo, and then Tariq was even disgusted, like, yo, I'm trying to talk to you when you over here pull this guy's teeth out.
Oh god!
And the dude walks away too, like, oh.
Yeah, he took it pretty good though, considering if it was really, I would have been a hot mess.
Yo, it was been some hollering, like, oh my gosh. Because getting a tooth taken out with Novocaine is very uncomfortable. So, oh my gosh. But Obi is like, I'm not trying to betray Noma, and her connection is basically what's gonna help my family come over from, what was it, Nigeria or something like that. So they need the green cards and stuff. So that's when the Tariq settled on, okay, well, if I can get you the green cards, will you please stall her? Excuse me, what's up, Alex? So he said, okay, I give you 72 hours. And I'm like, okay, I kind of like the little working with Obi situation, even though we don't know where it's going, but it's an end. It's looking like an end to me. So I'm like, because remember, he's another person that seems like he wants to see Tariq dead. Like he just said it, like, I would love nothing more than to see her. I'm like, everybody wants this kid dead. Like, why do you dislike him so much?
Your wisdom teeth are looking pretty good right now. My thing is, what do you feel about this whole? I'm like, this don't make sense. You give Tariq 72 hours to get the green card, but you're saying Noma's influence is the reason why you're working with her to help your family.
Right.
But we don't know the timeline, but I'm sure you've been working with Noma for a minute. Like, what is Noma doing? Like, she keeping her foot on his neck.
Right.
Because I feel like if she was gonna do it, she would have been
did right. And that says a lot for her too, that she's controlling, so that means, and that's probably why he wind up going Tariq's route. Because he's like, she gonna just, and I probably can't even press her about it the way she is.
Exactly.
You might try to cut my ear off just from just from
update. How dare you ask for an update?
Yeah, I can't. She already done cut off a hand. She already done cut off a daggone hand, child. That lady crazy, baby. So now Effie, she refuses Davis's help. So did you want to say anything about that? Because I mean, here's what I want to say real quick before you say anything. I hate when, and I get it when you want to be an independent person, but I don't like when you're so independent, or you're trying to be so independent to the point where you cut your nose off to spite your face. You know what I mean? Like, take the help. Stop acting like you're so, I got this. Like, stop. So go ahead and speak about that.
Yeah, I mean, she was listening to much Bootsy. She got her own house. She got her own car. 2 jobs, work hard. She like, come on now. We don't need to be independent right now. Okay, girl.
Right.
That's the thing. Like, Effie still holds this sort of mystique that we're just trying to figure out the method to the madness. Like, we're getting little layers, but I'm still needing more at this point. But David said it's a no-win situation. I think at this point the strategy is the method, like in terms of how much time you're going to get. But I still feel like if she get caught up, it's still some type of way going to involve Tariq and everybody else. You know what I'm saying? So
that's what they're
the motive of it.
Right. That's why everybody is like rushing, like we gotta get to her and we need her to get help and all of this, because they don't. They feel like.
Unless they can spin it as a lover's quarrel, but it's too many other details involved to where that I don't like that angle. But I don't really have much to say. She's just being too independent. But if her background is true, based on what she told Tariq, she kind of grew up kind of, lonesome. But it was kind of interesting because when he was leaving, she was like, does Tariq, or she inquired about Tariq. I don't know what you thought she was thinking. I was thinking maybe she wanted to know if he knew about Lauren, because she said never mind, and I'm thinking because the guard, he was right by the door, and she don't really want to, give out that information because she said never mind. But did you have any ideas of what she wanted to ask?
I wasn't thinking that. I was wondering. I was like, what is it? But the thing that first came to my mind was it didn't make sense, because obviously, because I was gonna say, was she gonna ask if Tariq, like, does he know this? Does he know I'm here? Obviously he does, because he sent Davis. So I was just like a fast thought that would have crossed my mind. So I really don't know I can't think of what she was trying to say. Yeah. But that was how sometimes a fast thought might come to your mind and it makes no sense, because obviously, well, Tariq, he's here because of that. But she said she doesn't need Tariq's help. She assumed that he was there on behalf of Tariq, and he was like, I'm not here. Tariq didn't send me. Did he say Tariq didn't send me?
Well, he said Kane did as well. So I think he was implying that Tariq and Kane pretty much asked him to come. That's how I took it based on that.
Yeah, because all right, so here's what I did like about this scene, that Davis let her know, because she mentioned that whenever it's her turn to use the phone, there's a girl that cuts in, or somebody cuts the line or whatever. And he was like, and the COs are seeing this or whatever, whoever it was, so they're seeing this, the guards are seeing this, and she say, yeah. And so he said it's a tactic that they're using to get you to flip, to talk or whatever. And I like that he let her know that, you know what I'm saying? Because it's just like, if she doesn't know it, then she could get worn down and eventually probably say, you know what I'm saying? Say something. And she was like, can they do that? Is that legal? And he was like, it's unethical, but it's legal as F. I was like, wow, that's crazy. Really,
it wouldn't seem like that would be legal.
That don't seem like that would be legal.
That's ridiculous.
And that's the thing too, that if it's unethical, it should also be like you know what I'm saying? It should help to throw stuff out. You know what I mean? Like, no, I don't know. They're
entitled to speak to their representation. You know what I'm saying? So if you're requesting it, But Blanca, in her dialogue in the original scene when she was requesting a lawyer, she mentioned, I can't remember the exact wording, but she mentioned, you know,
when your
something
turn
about,
or something.
yeah, something about making a phone call. So
you could tell because when fast, like you heard her little slick comment, and then fast forward to what we hear, that conversation between Davis and Effie, then you kind of put it together like, oh, you see Blanca over here playing these games. You know, she down with the unethical team.
Yep.
So how do you feel about Tate blowing the whistle on the Ponzi scheme at Weston Holdings, child? Okay. And then who goes AWOL? Uncle Luke.
Tate just being Tate. He gonna do by any means. That's his mantra. By any means necessary. Because he gonna do any and everything. I always love the little banter between him and Tariq, though. He'd be like, lying.
Yes, and he knows. Like he had the like he called them up because Tariq was over there talking about something. Yeah, everything's legit at Weston Holden. One thing about Tariq is you can tell, as the audience, we could tell when he's lying. Like the actor's so good. Michael Rainey Jr. is so good that he has a face that he uses when he's lying.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's so incredible. Like it's incredible. So he over there lying, his nose all flaring up and all that. I'm like, look at Tariq over here freaking lying.
It's on the up and up. I'm like,
and
the up and up.
And what's his name knows this, and plus he's an ex-cop. Like he knows, pretty sure he knows how to read a few things. You know what I'm saying? Body language and signs and this and that. So he called up Harper. I know you're avoiding me, but I really need you, babe. This and that. So to reel Harper in, you got to come off as if you're somebody that is not a scumbag. You know, you want to play by the rules and stuff like that. You got integrity, right? That's what she's looking for. She's looking for a man with integrity and stuff. So when it looks like he wants to blow the whistle to do the right thing, she's like, okay, baby, you sure you want to do this though?
She made me nervous when she said this could be dangerous. Because I'm like, is she going to end up being a casualty? Or I don't see Tate dying, because I would hate that. But like that kind of, then they like kind of panned at him for a minute. I was just like, I don't know if I'm reading too much into it. But the fact that she said this may be dangerous, because I'm like, that would kind of up the ante that Tate will lose somebody important to him, and that how that will kind of change his demeanor and how he is. So I don't know. I might be reaching, but I'm just like,
never know, because sometimes you do got to pay attention to them camera pans, them pan ends. Okay, got to pay attention, honey. Hi, Savannah. And so, One Shot Gaming said those Wall Street hitmen are a different breed.
That's what I'm saying. The people say about their monies.
Yeah. And knowing that you blow, you're blowing the whistle and it's like public and all that, like, like they know who's behind it. So that's kind of weird. But so of course Chris hears about it. I'm sorry, not Chris, RSJ.
Okay. I was like, Chris, I missed that part.
No,
I know Chris from The Wire. I
know, but I'm calling him. I'm calling him that on purpose at this point, because he been on his Chris. Like I haven't seen RSJ.
That's facts.
Ever since this thing happened, I have not seen RSJ. I'm like, why the freak is Chris from The Wire keep on calling Tariq? You better get it done. I'd rather be in one of them daggone row houses.
I'm about to say, I'd rather him call him on the phone. We don't want no personal visit. We don't want you come up in my face. Or Snoop. Don't want to see Snoop up in the ear either, child. We ain't got time.
Right. I'm like, what is happening here? What is going on? I need a backstory on RSJ. He too gangster for me. Child. Can I please get a backstory? I'm interested. Whew. So, like I said, so here is a scratching my head moment. Did we do a scratching my head moment already?
I did it, not yet. It's later on, so I'll wait.
Okay.
Well, we had a couple, but it's several, but
okay. So the scratching my head moment, did I say who was responsible for the letters That's what I said, right?
We
I
kind of
talked about
talked
that.
about it a little bit, yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to say because I was just like, who the heck is giving him these letters? And when we talk later on, like, as because we're gonna go in order as the letters are going, there's one person I'm just gonna say it 2-bit. I'm like, who the freak was giving? Who the heck got the balls to send a letter to 2-bit's crazy behind?
Yeah, that was my scratch in my head.
Yeah, like I just need to know.
More specifically, and I'm going through the rewatch, but I'm trying to remember like what true beef that 2-bit had with Ghost that Sax would know about. I'm like, how would Sax? I know 2-bit and Ghost had a agreement because they helped kill Dre, but and Ghost owed him, so that's why he's been extorting Tariq. But like, how would like? I'm like, what did I miss? Because Sax shouldn't know that. Like, what? And I'm like, Sax, how many letters you over there writing? Because I'm a little nervous now.
You're right.
In season 5 too. Like, what's up? He's gonna have like rounds of letters coming out.
It's gonna be on some pen pal stuff. Like, what is happening here? What is going on?
Not the pen pal.
I don't know. Like, we got mad letters going on.
Dirty wings, Sax over here playing.
Yes, dirty wings, not pretty wings. Dirty wings. Oh gosh. So now, speaking of these freaking letters, we get one that goes to Jenny. So it's a semi little goodbye love letter kind of. And he's telling her, listen, girl, let go of the white whale. Because look where it got me. Don't bother chasing it. Do you see how grimy that is though? He's admitting to her, and we've heard him admit time and time again, he knows Tariq is innocent. He knows that there's a white whale situation going on, even though it's not really a white whale. It's true, right? We know it's not a white whale, but he doesn't see enough evidence. Like, he sees it's a reach. Like, y'all there really trying to place this thing like he's a freaking teenager. He's a kid. This is not happening. It's a white whale, right? We hear him admitting this to her, to Blanca. We heard it a few times. But do you see how dirty this guy is to send a letter to Monet to say, oh, he's behind all of this? You see that? Like, why do you want to stick it to this kid so freaking bad?
He probably just wanted to keep her because he said that's his last gift for her freedom. So maybe he wanted her to back off so the real gangsters can get at Tariq and let her kind of give up because she don't realize that they are 50-0. You're not going to get the St. Patrick. Right. She lost the case with Tasha. She lost the case with Tariq previous season with Ramirez and Jabari. So that's why she has a long history of trying to get this family. But she just, like every other ambitious cop on this show, just goes to their demise. And I'm over it.
Yeah. And then on top of that, she says, I'm not letting this. So Blanca's there. And she's like, oh, so you two really were a thing? Like, yes. Yeah, we were. And I'm not letting this go. I'm going to bring all the Tejadas down and all this and that. I'm just like, you're going to go down trying to go. You're going to go down trying to take them down.
Yes.
Like, oh my gosh. I can't.
I'm going down.
Yeah. So did you want to talk about your least favorite? I'm sorry, not least, you're scratching my head when we get to the 2-bit, or was that kind of pretty much
pretty much it? I just didn't understand how Sax would know, Yeah,
just too many details. Yeah. Right? Like just way too many details. So here's a favorite moment of mine. And I probably have a few of them, child. But one of my favorite moments was Davis reminding Jenny that it's her fault of what happened to Sax. Okay, like it's your fault that he's deleted. Okay, and like he tells her to look in the effing mirror if she's looking for someone to blame his death on, because they were really almost they was pretty much cornering him, and I was very disappointed to see him sweat. I'm like, bro, you know the game. Of all people, you should not be letting them see you sweat like that. But he eventually, came back out of it. I think he was kind of shocked that they were on to him and everything. But then it was just like, after a while, he was like, yeah, go ahead and try to prove it after I sued the crap out of you, and then had to leave her away with that last gift. Like, you're to blame, chick. It's your fault. Whose fault is that? So how did you feel about that? That was one of my favorites.
I think because Davis is kind of off his rocker at this point. His brother
Mhm.
just, passed, and he's been drinking.
Yeah,
He's
he
been
been
drinking
drinking. He still
all that sauce real heavy. So I think I understand why he's a little just not on point. And this touched really home. He's still working to keep his freedom, and he's kind of like doing a Tariq, like regardless of what's going on, you got to keep it pushing. Because they were completely off. Like he did not conspire with his brother to do this to Sax.
Right.
But yeah, I would have told her, look in the mirror, or I would have got my phone. Here's the camera. Here's the and I'm super harassment because I'm gonna start recording y'all, okay? Because I ain't playing. We don't play around these games, okay?
Absolutely.
So yeah, they were annoying.
Oh my gosh, they are. I need both of them to be gone, child. Mark Dawson made a good point. Hello to Jerry Carson. I saw you come in and say hello. Davis is in deep, just like Proctor. Yeah, and that's the thing. You don't really want, like, when it comes to these lawyers, you don't want it to get too deep with them. You know what I mean? Because it's like really crossing a serious line. Like you're when they cross a certain line, it's like they're in the game now.
Yeah,
and it's like you can't be doing that.
He's probably deeper than Proctor at this point.
Yeah, right. Because it was just like, oh my gosh, it was just, just a lot.
They both had a lot. Oof, I'm still upset about
that was the worst. I was about to say that was one of the worst episodes. Once you say you're still upset, I was literally about to say that was one of the worst episodes for me. I was so freaking pissed off and heated, and they did him so bad. Like they took him out bad.
Yes.
And I always hate that. Like if I fear for a favorite character of mine, I'm always concerned for how they go out. Like if they go out, okay, I won't like it. But if it's brutal, that really pisses me off.
Yeah.
I hate that. So
death. Yeah.
Yeah, or just, I mean, he gets shot one time or whatever, twice in the chest or something.
Give me a cute.
But y'all nigga Swiss cheese this freaking behind. Like, come on.
Yeah. Put something in my drink, maybe fall asleep and not wake up or something. Just it was horrific. I was upset.
It was really bad. Yeah.
Whatever.
Let me try to stick to the script. Whoo, child. Oh yeah, speaking of having drinking, like he has been drinking to the point where I do have to say, I know when I said the Effie kind of like cuts her nose off to spite her face, but in that instance, she did make a good point. Like, I don't think I need somebody that's gonna be on my side, who's gonna make sure I win, and you ain't it, especially with all that alcohol that I smell on you.
Yeah.
So she wasn't wrong there, huh?
No, she's pretty sharp for the most part. Even though the morals is questionable for most, but
right. Okay, so let's talk about this situation. Tariq tells Brayden that he needs to take out his uncle. And we get this conversation where, he tells Brayden that he chose this life. And it's about daggone time that you play by the rules one time. I'm not saying to freaking play by the rules he even asking him to play by the rules from now on. He said one time, my guy, we've been giving you passes after pass after pass. You are literally a privileged dude, and you come into the game and you're privileged in the game. You're not putting in any real work. This is on you. You got to take out your uncle, okay? Because he's gone. He done left. He left the building. So do you want to talk about this situation and Brayden's response, which was like, I don't want to be like you?
Yeah. I love this conversation because I have been saying for months, Brayden is really not trying to be like that. He's wanted to sell drugs and be in his little, cubicle, and that be that. Like, no, when you choose to be in this life, you got to be full throttle. You know what I'm saying? No hokey pokey, no 1 foot in, no 1 foot out. He thought he was going on Indeed.com and fill out a part-time application. No, sir. Full time. Okay. You got to, like, by any means necessary, you have to do anything. So I do love, I feel like that conversation was needed between them just in the point of their friendship. I love the fact that Tariq was like, "What you gonna do for this family?"
Mm-hmm.
All that family stuff. Like, I really love just that it was giving me, like, I hate to compare, but Ghost and Tommy vibes. Like,
Yeah.
it was definitely giving me that feel.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, this conversation and several other conversations throughout the episode leads to what he has to do. But yeah, it's funny because Tariq just told him to off his uncle, like, okay,
Yes.
uncles die every day, B.
B. B, literally.
Yes. Tariq's so far gone at this point, like giving me Franklin vibes. You're so far gone, like that's kind of like a reality. It's not even that deep anymore. Just off of it. Let's keep it going.
And then when he gets the reality check, like him saying, "Look, I don't want to be someone to kill my own father." He's like, I never said I did that. Watch your effing mouth, this and that, right? You got to be reminded that, bro, you're different. Exactly. You're not even like the regular gangsters out here. You out here deleting your own pops. Where they do that at?
Facts.
So I appreciate what Tariq said, because he is right. You can't think you're gonna be in the game and then kind of have it the way you want. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, this is a family member he's asking him to take out. So it is befitting for Brayden to hit him back with the, "I ain't trying to be like you. Mm-hmm. Like, you want some freaking exterminate family members and stuff. Like, I'm not on it like that."
Yes.
You know what I mean? So I do feel like this was one of the best scenes, but it wasn't the best scene. Mm-hmm. But it was one of the
5-ish.
Yeah, it was a good scene. But you know, what was I saying? Okay, so he said that he wouldn't be someone that's going to delete his own father. So here, right? So as we're going down, right, we have the feds come to pick up, because we see that now they're like freezing the accounts and everything with his family. So when he gets home, he's seeing what's going on. Everybody's like, "Oh, give up Uncle Lucas. He left us holding the bag, you know what I mean?" And Robert's like, "Well, what about you?" Like, because the wife is saying, "Yeah, give him to the, like, let him go, you know." Mm-hmm. What about you? Everyone loves him. You even said you'd F him, blah, blah, blah. So speaking of that, now everyone has this little theory where they want to say that what if they had an affair and that Lucas is really Brayden's dad, which I hate, and I hope that's not the case, but we'll probably talk a little bit about that too. But anyway, so before he leaves, so the feds come, right? They pick him up, but we got to take you down to ask you some questions and things like that. And Brayden is, he's concerned about his dad. Like, he knows his dad is innocent. Mm-hmm. Everything that he thought was true about his life right now is like, yo, this is all a freaking fraud. This is a criminal organization. And I'm over here thinking we come from real money over here, right? Wow. But yet a stupid brother Lucas done got up in here and did everything. And once again, the uncle, he's trying to protect his little brother. He still don't want to fold, don't want to flip on him, nothing like that. Mm-hmm. So he says to Brayden, sometimes doing the hard thing is the only thing you can do. And I think that him saying that to Brayden was the deciding factor right there.
Exactly.
Like, you know what I mean? Okay, well, now I know it's gonna be hard, but now my dad is willing to take the fall for this. I'm not letting that happen.
I agree.
So yeah. So how did you feel about all of, like, even you can touch on this stupid theory if you want as well.
Yeah, but I don't need no more Uncle Daddy situations. I don't
no.
I mean, it's power, so they have the freedom to do anything, but I wouldn't want that as a fan. But yeah, Brayden is hitting home now. They got to start looking at the EBT options and stuff like that, because they gonna, they need to, they get a little scared. But I feel like at this point, Brayden, it's kind of like it has to be done. You low-key do this one thing, and it saves both your families. Mm-hmm. So at this point, it's why not?
Right.
Well, he tried. Sorry.
Yeah. And no, yeah.
But he tried to figure out another way still. And
right. And so I just feel like that, like we were talking about, that one last thing his dad said is probably something that stuck in his head. But I think honestly that might have been really it right there that solidified it.
Mm-hmm.
Because when he went to Kiki to try to say, oh, if I try to work something out, I think that was just to get the location. I don't think he was not gonna. Well, we'll talk about it when we get there, because
Okay.
you might be right. You might be right. Oh, you might be right. That's true. He wasn't trying to take him out. He was trying to get him to go away. So so here, let's talk about this real quick. So Uncle Lucas calls the DA, this freaking guy, man, and tells them that he has intel on a drug ring at Western Holdings and wants protection and immunity, and I want like my name cleared. I said immunity, whatever I said, but it's immunity. My name cleared for this Ponzi scheme crap. Like it's a lie on his name. And it's like, bro, this guy is really something else.
He ain't ish.
Nothing, not at all. But of course, Blanca, like, he's lying. He's a part of it, And Medina's like, and so what if he is? Like, he might still, his intel might be able to bring everybody down. So you already know Uncle Lucas got to go. Not only did you run, my guy, you have ran so that, because you still want to be living on these streets. You don't want to go away and be off on a remote island. You want to be on these streets. But you want everybody else to go down for your stuff. So
that's crazy. They're talking about he ran, but he ain't Tribeca. Child, if you don't get out my face. He went from the Upper East Side to Tribeca.
And Kiki knew where he was. What in the world? So we're gonna talk about that. That scene coming up, girl. But we're gonna talk about how Drew and Kane, we're back at the Drew and Kane situation, taking out the Castillos. I mean, all of them, right? And before Evelyn dies, she exposes Monet. And then Kane over there showing a little respect, I said, okay, with the respect. He ain't never deleted nobody like that. Looked like he felt a little sorry. Like, I'm sorry, baby. That's Auntie.
He's in touch with his emotional side.
Uh-huh. Now, what were you saying about this? Oh, we were just talking about the dumbness. Go ahead, go on.
No, it was just a lot of inconsistencies. And, in my live earlier today, some people were saying, say it as if that, I'm being too hard on the show. But at the end of the day, whoever channel it is, this is their review. We can review
exactly
what we want to do. But because a lot of, other shows, they execute things and more, as truthful as possible. Realistic. I just want a little bit more realistic.
Yeah.
Because they didn't go back inside to shoot them. I guess they wanted to confirm that they were gone. But the amount of carbon monoxide y'all was putting up in there and the fact that you didn't hear nothing, you heard struggle, boom, 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 and then just nothing. I would have just dipped. Like, all right. Granted,
and then they went inside, even though they opened up the door, but it was so much in there. They should have been coughing and like, oh, we got to get out of here. Oh, we got to go. You know what I mean? Nothing. And then here was my thing, though. Why did you squeeze her? Like, why did you suffocate her? She was already going to die. Unless you felt like because you opened the door, you let some fresh air in. Like, I just didn't understand it, because I feel like you made her suffer when you did that, when he did that.
Yeah, I was confused because right before he did it, she said it was Monet. It was pretty much her confession. So I didn't know how to read that. I don't know if it was more so he's saying something he truly didn't want to hear about his mother, or does he think at this point Monet she's just putting dirt on Monet's name? Like, I'm not sure if at this point he was believing her or feeling like, because his facial showed like, she may be on to something, but at the same time, I don't know. It was hard to read him a little bit.
Yeah, I didn't really understand that whole thing. Like, and then when Kane asked about it, like, what did she say? Did she say anything? He said no. But I'm like, Kane, where was you? Like, yeah, it's a square. It's a square. You can't hear this lady talking. Where were you at? You were literally, you had to be right there, next to one of the brothers. But you ain't hear what she said. Even if he didn't hear it, right? Like exactly what she said, you didn't hear anything? Because you like, did she say something? My question would be, what she just say? I would think that would make more sense, right? What did she just say? And you could write that in instead of saying, did she say anything? Yeah. It should be, what did she say? And then Drew, if he want to hide it, like he did, obviously, and say nothing, he could say she was just mumbling something.
Yeah,
I don't
just
know.
lied about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess Kane decided to make a sandwich or something to where he couldn't hear, but that was silly. It was just weird.
Yeah.
Because why would she say? And I don't know. It just didn't make sense. But I'm just going to just ride with what we were given.
Right.
But I
And
just
then
wish it just was a little more realistic.
yeah. And then it's like she had a few words to say left, which she should have been pretty much choked out and unconscious, whatever. But she had a few more words to say left. And then it's like she put everything together by saying it was Monet. You know, like Monet is the one who set up everything and made Gord, like as if she put everything, you know, sorry, like she had the confirmation. I mean, he did say that I had no choice.
Yeah.
He didn't say he deleted my dad. He just said I had no choice. So she automatically assumed it was Monet. Unless I'm
like, he first apologized for Gordo.
Right. And then he said he had no choice.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember, did his apology his whole apology came for, and she mentioned Lorenzo. When she was like, she wanted your father dead.
Uh-huh.
So I feel like she was more so talking about Lorenzo than versus Gordo. I think that she was just talking about Lorenzo at that point.
So you don't think that, because the way I looked at it was like he said I'm sorry for Gordo because I had no choice, and then she was responding to like it was Monet, she wanted your father dead or whatever, as if to say it wasn't Gordo really that deleted your dad, it was Monet behind that whole thing.
That's what I'm hoping, that even though the dialogue is choppy dialogue wise, but
so that's what I got from it. But it was just like, how did you put all of that together, girl? But she could have put it. It was kind of easy for her to put it together because Monet came with her. I mean, came to her with that whole proposition.
Yeah.
So, but my only thing is that from him saying, "I'm sorry," then he said Gordo, and he was like, I had no choice. Like he wasn't putting full sentences together.
Yeah.
So it's not like he really said, I'm sorry about Gordo because he killed my dad. He didn't say that. So it's like she just automatically kind of assumes.
Yeah, I think at that point he was like, I'm gonna eliminate the words about to die. You know? So let me and you know, he probably emotional, so can't, you know, put full sentences together. I don't know. But how do you feel about, because I love the actress, you know, of course, to be from New York Undercover. But I just feel like it was just another thing we were able just to really just wipe out another op. Like, you know, that quick frustrated me.
That really was. I mean, I feel like they really missed an opportunity to have a full war. Like we don't went through the war with the Russians mad quick. We don't went through the war with the Castile. We over here really thinking that that's the thing that with this power that pisses me off is that the wars that we're thinking are going to be really like something going on, it's going to be week to week, or it's going to have, you know, casualties or this and that. It's going to be like something detrimental. It don't be nothing, and it be squashed so quick.
Yeah, it was kind
everybody's so afraid of war, but these wars ain't nothing.
No. Yeah, I felt it was a little underwhelming how they were just, you know, just taken out that easily. I at least wanted Evelyn to punch Monet or something, like I know, some type of get back. But it's like Monet just defeats everybody again. It's just like, it was just a little frustrating, but
I know. Here's these defeats. I know. All right, so this is what I was talking about earlier when I said that Diana is smart, but not as smart as she, you know, she's still a little wet behind the ears. So Tariq, he tells her that she got to do her due diligence, right? Because she blames him for getting arrested. Like she's, you know, popping up on him and all that. Like, I've been looking for you, I need to talk to you, this and that. And, you know, I got arrested because of you telling me that stuff was on the roof. And then she said, so you're not working with the feds? He's like, what are you talking about? Like, after all the stuff they did to my family and everything. So I liked how he told her, because he really had let's first of all just put it out there, he had literally no time for her.
No,
like none. This girl came up in there talking about some after the whole thing with the feds. They got that out the way. Okay, he ain't working with the feds. She wanted to know, like, I need to get away. Monet got my head all messed up. I need to get away from her and out the game. So I wanted to know, like, if I move out of state or whatever, how, like, if I transfer out of state, what's gonna happen with you and me? Like, nothing. And he just had to. This is the coldest I've ever seen Tariq towards any of the females. He was just like, I don't know right now. I don't got it in me. You need to just put yourself first. Like, I gotta go. Like, after this thing with Effie, I can't. I feel like he wanted to say, after this thing with Effie, I can't trust nobody. You know what I'm saying? Because he said after this thing with Effie, but he didn't get to finish it, and she just was like, I'm not Effie. He's like, I understand that, but I just don't got it in me. You know what I mean? Like, I got to go. And I'm just like, girl, why are you even coming up there just because y'all screwed? Like, it was a rebound screw. He never said you was his girl or nothing, and you over here want to know what's up with me and you.
Well, one, she loves Tariq because he deflowered her. She's, I feel
That's
like
right.
he's like her true first, she's his true, well, no, he's her true, like, little first love. And he did save her life. So I think she feels some type of comfort with Tariq, of course. Nonetheless, girl, he need to be number 10 on your list. Like, he should not be a priority. And Tariq is tired. He said, I'm tired of thinking for everybody. I'm tired of overcompensating for everybody. Y'all need to figure out yourself.
Figure it out.
The brain cells working, because I don't have none else to spare.
And that's basically how he said, I love it, because he just grabbing stuff out of his bag. Like, listen, you in the game, you gotta do your due diligence. Like, I don't got I ain't got time for this, yo. Y'all getting on my daggone nerves.
Like, you see, I'm on a move. I ain't over here reading no books. Take a hit, girl.
Like, I hooked you. I ain't been up there in a whole semester, girl. Like, if I send you somewhere to do, now it's on you to do the homework. Like, you should have been checking if there's cameras and stuff like that. It ain't on me to do that. The heck? I don't just pointed you to the freaking direction. Trying to help you out. I'm so tired of y'all Tahadas.
Everybody, and Braden, he overcompensating for everybody. He's tired.
I need him to say that one time. Remember the conversation he had with Kane? How he said everything everybody was already saying. He needed to say that. He needs to get all the Tahadas in one room and just say, I'm just tired of y'all. Like,
yeah,
y'all got your own problems.
Well, he's going to tell nobody's going to stop me. I'm tired.
Yes. Oh, it's so annoying. Oh, so then after that, he leaves. I'm sorry, gotta go, girl. Snoop shits, and then she snoops around in his room because that's what she does, right? And she finds the Whitman file with Lorenzo's fingerprints, right? And then she takes it back to Drew, and now they trying to freaking play Inspector Gadget and freaking Enola and Sherlock Holmes. And it's just like, whoa, they're coming up once again. All the roads is leading to Tariq. And I'm just like, how and why? I don't understand. Okay. So then Kane comes in and he confirms, like, he was like, they're like, you knew and all of this stuff. And he was like, listen, she threatened to delete me if I said whatever. So now they're like, oh, well, if she'll try to delete Kane, then she'll try to kill us too. So now they're just all acting a whole hot mess. So we're going to get to the confrontation.
That's my favorite moment.
Yes. One of my the favorite moment. The Tejada kids confront Monet, and this was the best scene. So why don't you go ahead and tell me about that scene, girl? What you thought?
Sure. Just a quick one sentence. I felt like it was idiotic for them to really have Tariq have that whole file underneath his mattress. I just have to say that. But in terms of this conversation, they was ready. They was ready. Drew, first of all, she over there eating. They can never finish a meal at the Tejada household.
No.
She over there. I would have brought y'all something. And so they over here question. They know about the fingerprint. What fingerprints? I'm tired of your bullshit, Monet.
Yeah.
Was ready. He was tired. They was taking turns pretty much. And Diana, when she pretty much spewed off. Like, you've been blaming me for Zeke. And at the end of the day, like, I'm tired. Like, you killed our daddy. Like, come on, what you talking about? Like, Monet just cut it. Like, how she was doing with Evelyn, she was kind of doing it with them in a sense, like, I don't know what y'all talking about. Then she, of course, immediately blamed Kane as if the other two figured it out. No, he was like, he wasn't
not doing that. Yeah, we not doing that.
Yes, but then she did tell us.
What he say something about I can't. I tried not to believe that you were evil enough to do this.
Yes. Right? Yes.
But go ahead.
Yes.
Sorry. Go ahead.
No, you good. But she pretty much was saying, y'all thinking, Poppy wasn't out here, just doing
like
stuff
he's some saint.
Yes, and she was like, he took your nosy behind the school.
No, you a nosy bee.
Exactly. And
listen. Go ahead. Go.
No. She go ahead, but yeah, she was pretty much letting them know like he got you beat up, Drew. Okay, and so I don't want to hear nothing. Like he went over here being say all this family BS, The family first. That's my husband. I'm sorry, I just think about that every time. Every time. Sorry, soul food. But yeah, Monet. She was definitely, and don't get me wrong, this was one of my favorite scenes, but I feel like, I don't know, I just wanted more. I don't know what it was, but Diana was about knuck if you buck, and Monet was ready, and Drew was like,
let that beat go. Let that beat go. Like, what up?
I was like, Diana, I know you're a little frustrated. Baby girl. Monet been fighting in them streets since the 80s. I don't think you ready. I don't think.
And then she mushed the crap out of Drew, like, get your hands off me. I was like, go ahead, Monet, hold it down. I'm team mom at the end of the day.
Yeah, she went straight to Mama Roll. Like, get out my house. I don't need none of y'all up here. Let me finish my lunch. Go ahead. Bye-bye. This was good, though. It was
really good.
It's good for having those good scenes.
Monet is wrong on so many levels, right? Because the whole thing with the Gordo and the way she went about that with Gordo, and that whole setup and how it could have made a war between, it could have came back on her kids. Yeah. That's where, what's her name was making a good point. Diana, like, did you even think about all of these things? Like, do you even hear yourself this and that? But my thing is, girl, she done told you, she done laid everything down for you, and you still ain't hear nothing. It's almost like for Diana, Poppy can do no wrong. Mm-hmm. Like, because of you, two good people are dead, Zeke and Poppy. Like, girl, one of the people killed the other person that you took that's dead, and you over here talking about because of you, girl. Where was you? What? Where are you putting yourself into this equation? Why both of these people are actually dead at the end of the day? Mm-hmm. It all stems down from you opening that bag because you're nosy. You were told not to open the bag. You opened the bag. Now your father got all riled up about something, and he went out to try to do something because he didn't trust Monet to do it. It was like a Pandora's box type of situation. You know what I'm saying? And that's why she shouldn't have opened the bag. Like, I think it was Drew who told her not to open the bag.
Tariq. Well, Tariq told Drew to tell Diana not to hold it back because it was plausible deniability.
Right. And she did it anyway. Mm-hmm. Right. And so it's like you want to try to say that, it's because of you that Zeke is dead and Poppy is dead and blah, blah, blah. She didn't hear nothing Monet said when she said it's not because he loved you that he sent Poppy did love her, but I'm just gonna say, it's not because he loved you that he sent you to Stansville. He wanted you out the house because why? Poppy does know his daughter's nosy. Listen, everything that was blown up is because of Diana. He peeped that. Lorenzo was smart. And he saw that, okay, I'm about to do a lot of little covering up, dirty little things. I'm going to need this little girl to freak out the house. And like Monet said, and he had your dumb A selling, moving, you know what I'm saying? And you still, what she do? She still went and did it. And he had you beat up, Drew.
But the one thing I did feel away because she was like, it was a mistake. What make you think it was a mistake? I'm like, all right. Like, you think your husband out there trying to kill your son?
Yeah, that was the part. That was, yeah. And when she said that, I think there's a lot to say for that also. because the dynamics between them, between Lorenzo and Monet, kind of, it goes back to his attitude toward Zeke back in the, during that time where she was trying to get, I think, some money together for him, this and that. He's like, what about our family? What about our kids? This and that and the third. And it was just like, she kind of saw that he wasn't trying to help.
From her point of view, I would question it.
Right. So I think that's probably why she is still probably wondering, like, did this ninja do this on purpose? You know what I mean? Like, it's just so many questions right now. So it's like, you just don't know if you try to look at that person's thing. And especially the fact that, remember, this guy over here covering everything up, like she said. And then he covered everything up, went to these extra lengths to cover it up after he saw how it was killing me. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just honestly saying, yo, I made a mistake.
And he was very, very vocal about anything connected to Mecca. That was another thing, like,
exactly. So it's a lot.
It's a lot point of view, though. But as a viewer, it was like, well, no, it's not right. It wasn't a mistake. But I get it. But
I wish that she didn't, take him out. But you kind of, when you really look at everything, you kind of see her point a little bit. But I don't agree with her taking out the kid's daddy now. But so thank you, Monica M says, I wanted Monet to beat the brakes off of Diana. They always make excuses for Lorenzo. Kane knows their parents are the same. Yeah, Kane was kind of, he made his little piece, said what he said, but then he just like, whatever.
Yeah, he was tired too.
Yeah, he's just like, I ain't gonna. At the end of the day, you know why? Kane knows his mother.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. He's the one that works side by side with her.
Yeah.
Yes, he takes a lot of the abuse, but he works side by side, and it's not surprising to him.
Yeah.
But I know, like he said, I didn't want to believe you was that evil. But at the end of the day,
No, he was also telling, like, I done killed for you. I done stole from you. Like, girl. Raise the monster that I am.
Yo, that scene was everything. When she mushed Drew, I loved when she mushed Drew, because Drew was really on one, like getting.
Well, would Monet be wrong if she tell him to kick him out that penthouse? Where y'all gonna go?
Oh my gosh. Keish NYC says, no, okay, I can't allow this beating up on Diana. She is young and has always expressed her desire to be out the life. Yeah, well, stay out the life of the people stay out the business of the people that's in the life. And then maybe all this daggone stuff wouldn't have been happening, right? Stay out the business. Turn the blind eye to it, if that's the case,
Why you
but I get it.
I said, why you looked in the bag? And then told Poppy, that was the thing.
Exactly. Then you're going to tell the father, you're going to blow up the thing, about the child being, it was a different situation. He said it's your child, but it was Monet's child. And it really messed me. Yeah, she done blew it up.
Exactly. And that's the thing, when people like Diana, they don't know the full story. She didn't realize how that one little thing of you opening the bag and telling Poppy was going to just be a whole domino effect. But it's power, so we gonna know people.
It's doing power. What are you gonna do? Thank you, HFG. Hey, ladies, love both your channel. Thank you so much. I appreciate all 83 folks in the building. Please make sure you like the video. Thank you so much for being here. And Pretty Girl Loves Trap Content got a channel as well. Please go on over there and subscribe. Check out her stuff. She went live earlier today. While I was up in church, she was over here doing a power thing.
I had Trap Church.
The Power Trap Church.
Trap Church, yeah.
Actually, that's a lie. I wasn't in church. I went somewhere else. I would. All right. Anywho, that's where I normally is, We know. Thank you, DeMarcus. Tariq should have never given Diana Mecca's bag. Tariq should have given Mecca's bag to Davis, and Zeke would still be alive. The coulda, woulda, shouldas, right? Of it all. Thank you, DeMarcus. But placing anything in Diana's hand is a problem, honey. Okay.
Yes.
I didn't think we was gonna be here this long, child. You know what? I'm gonna have to stop saying we're gonna try to get out of here as quick as possible.
I say that too, and I be lying
because Every time it goes over and it's like an hour and 30 minutes. Okay.
But that's kind of, I mean, this is episode 9, Miss K. So
it
these
was
are
jam
a lot. Yeah, we
like
can't.
like it almost feels like we didn't even really touch the surface yet with the stuff that's about to go on. We're about to go into throwback power. We about to enter into the world of throwback power, guys. We didn't even get there yet.
We about to get there. It's all right. We over here. We got it. It's a pot of greens. We can't get out here fast.
We got really
gotta let it marinate.
Sheesh, I got all these points left. My goodness.
We all right.
So, and thank you for being here. So, I liked Monet's points, but hey, nobody really gave 2 craps. They're just like, don't freaking touch her and all of this. And she like, get the heck out of my house. I don't need none of y'all. But you know what she did say? She said, I would have did that for any of y'all.
Mm-hmm.
They don't believe that.
No.
They don't believe it. Mm-hmm. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? So now, guys, Brayden, he finally catches his first body. And it's not even because everybody kept thinking it was gonna be Kane. He's the one that's gonna cash in on the body because, like, you owe me a body, this and that and the third. Like, this is the most significant. Like, remember I kept saying that it was gonna be something that had to do with the uncle, where he had to kind of like put everything on the uncle. He put everything on the uncle, all right.
I don't think he caught a body, Miss K. He released the body.
He literally, no, he said literally streets need a body. And like,
the streets got a body.
I was like, oh, wow. In broad daylight. Tariq downstairs waiting. Like, what you wait? You just waiting, huh? Like, you wasn't expecting that situation. That was almost kind of like a Departed type of thing. Remember that scene from Departed when the what's his name? Martin, is it Martin Sheen? What's the father's name? Is it Martin? Martin is the father, Martin Sheen?
Yeah, Martin is the father. Yeah.
They done threw him right on down. Oh, that was so sad. But anyway, this wasn't sad. No. He was like, like we said, he went there to talk. He got the address from Kiki, went there to talk, and LSW. He like, well done.
Check off my list and get my Palm Pilot.
Job well done. Let me walk away. Got the address from Kiki. And then, he went over there. He's trying to talk to him into going somewhere remote, whatever. What did he say? Something. His uncle's like, I don't want to be no dusty third world country or whatever, something like that.
Yeah, he wanted him to go to a country that didn't have any extradition laws, and he would be safe. And he thought he was gonna be able to just do all these people wrong,
right?
He'll live his normal life. Like the audacity,
and then. Gonna walk outside, this is perfect. He was just setting it up, baby. Yes. Setting it up. Gonna walk outside. I said, once he walked outside, I said, he going over. Mm-hmm. He going over. And he's just leaning up against the balcony and talking his trash, talking about some, I'm just gonna put it on Robert and Kiki. Brayden turned around. Boom.
Your ghetto friends.
Yes, that is not. You ain't got to be scared of my ghetto friends because you didn't know you were supposed to be scared of me. Yes. The heck? I'm
the ghetto friend now.
I'm the ghetto friend. They done infiltrated me. Sorry.
Years ago. Thank you. I wanted to like Uncle Luke, but whatever.
Yeah, because he was just. I could see what you mean by saying you wanted to like him, but he got shady face. Like,
he definitely.
It's just like he just gives a shady vibe altogether.
Yeah, I was just hoping he was going to be shady to our benefit for our drug.
Right. Yes, but it was just like every moment that passed by, even the stuff that he was doing. That's how I knew I wasn't gonna like him, because the way he was acting towards Tariq, like how he just, I want to use you to, get that deal for RSJ, but you can't go to Italy now. You know what I mean? So it was just like something's up with this guy. I don't like him. I do not like him. But did you want to say anything else about that scene, which was the
I
lovely
just,
scene? I was laughing. Anytime somebody I don't like gets it, I laugh. Sorry,
yeah,
guys.
it
I
was.
become the Joker. Mm-mm.
He was doing too much. I like
I
Anthony
laugh.
Thomas's comment. Lucas thought he could fly.
Mhm.
I would have been mad as hell. I walked out. Sorry for cursing, but I would have walked out of my car like, what? Excuse me.
Yes, that's right. Monica M says Lucas slept on Braden like everyone else. People have to remember anyone can snap. Yeah. And it's best not to sleep on people, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
it was.
just best.
I mean, you literally solved a million problems by just a cute little push. Like you talking about putting my daddy down, the girl I'm messing with, and my ghetto friends, like, and me. You telling me that you about to take me to put me in prison? Like, oh,
Right. Like, no, thank you.
no.
And he already said that their cells is gonna look a little different. Like my cell gonna be better than yours. You know, like it was like no.
I was just a couple petty points. I was upset. Tariq gave that woman all that money in broad daylight, putting on gloves in broad daylight. Like I feel like it was the details be making me upset, but I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna let it go. I just hope it don't fall back on them because I'm sure there's cameras. Like it's gonna look since Tariq is there, but technically he has an alibi, but at the same time, it's a lot because Braden had his fingerprints on there, but they can't also say it's his uncle's place. So I don't know how they're gonna justify or justify this.
Right.
We're gonna have to just see.
Because once every time something happens and I see somebody put their hand somewhere and they don't have any gloves, I'll be like, "Ooh, that's not good." But nothing ever happens. Exactly. Just like the time when him and Kane robbed the jewelry store. Kane had on gloves. Braden did not.
Yeah.
What happened? What happened from that?
Yeah.
Not a daggone thing, man.
We'll see.
And I'm just like, okay, well, I'm over here being misanalyzing for no reason. Misanalyzer. Why? Because they don't care. They're not looking at
James, but he eventually got out. Ghost. It messed up for Ghost because remember he put the fingerprints. He had it on Greg's.
On the window seal or something like that.
Yeah, but we'll see how far they take it if they take it.
Right, we shall see, child. So now we have Kane tells Effie to flip on Tariq. Like he comes up there with his Poindexter glasses on, which is so freaking stupid, right? Right. And he tells her, he says that, but she says, no, I'm not built like that, which is weird to me. But hey, you're not built like that anymore. People grow, you're older now. Okay, I'll give you that. Because you in there for right now, and for right now you have him flipped. So we shall see, right? Now she says that she won't because it's not about you or Tariq or whoever. It's about me. This is the choice that she has to make. And he's like, wait a minute. So we all like got to go down because of it. Like, what's going on? And then he said something about like, this could be, good for us or whatever. And she's like, there's no us. Now, I believe that this dude left with his feelings hurt. He couldn't even utter the word F you.
Yes.
I mean, he did utter it. But he didn't even say it passionately. He just like said it like a little puppy dog that just learned how to curse.
Yeah.
So go ahead and talk a little bit about that.
I pretty much covered it. I just feel like at this point, or now for this episode, Effie's maybe kind of dealing with just accountability. This is something I dug a hole for myself. I'm just try to take it like a G for right now.
Okay.
That's how I see it. But she was a little cold to Kane, but at the same time, she still loves Tariq. Even though Kane has been very nice and the feelings were more on his side than hers. But yeah, he was definitely hurt. How realistic was it for him to be able to get that far? I don't know, but we're gonna ride with it. But yeah.
Yeah, you definitely got to be a rider to watch this show.
Yeah,
just gotta ride, baby. Yeah, can't be too deep, because that was real stupid, especially with Blanca and all of them. Like, come on now, get out of here. So Tariq calls Tamika to ask for extra protection for his family because why? Two-Bit shows up with a letter from Sax'S. We talked about this, the scratching my head moment. I think that was yours, right?
Yeah.
And part of mine also, like how who the heck gave Two-Bit a letter. Okay, now this letter is the one of the most important letters, so he knew how to get, this one had to go to Tariq because this is the address to where Tasha is. Another scratch in my head is, why does Sax'S know the address to where Tasha is? If this is supposed to be, information that's really protected, like Tamika said, nobody's supposed to know.
Yeah,
I
from
don't
my
understand that.
Because Sax'S was there. Tariq and Sax'S was there when they was moving her because they brought Yaz over to Tasha. So Tariq and Sax'S was in the car together. And I think, from my recollection, Sax'S possibly kind of helped with that.
Oh yeah, that's true. That was that last time when he was in the car, and
Yeah.
they didn't know he was in the car, right? Like what? The last season or two?
Yeah, it was last season.
Last season, right? Okay, that's true. But
So,
it's like they look like they've been moved since then.
Yeah.
So it's like, so every little step so now you gonna freaking
Sorry.
So now we gotta know where they are. Sax'S has to know.
Yeah, I don't know the intricacies when it comes to Witsec at all, but we already know these people play dirty anyway. So I wouldn't be surprised even if he's not privy to it. But he probably is one of the people that has access to like that confidential file, maybe, because I feel like it has to be like a handful of people. Okay. If he didn't have access to it, he pretty much probably knows how to,
get access.
Exactly.
Because he been doing dirt, so now he got to play dirty from beyond the grave, right? That's probably exactly what it is. So here's what was funny to me, because Two-Bit says that Tariq owes him. So he's like, in order to get this letter, or unless you want somebody to kill your mommy or whatever he said, right?
I don't know why, but I love him.
So he's like, give me that car and shout and take mine. So when Tariq is driving that freaking car, what was it, a Lincoln or whatever? I don't know. It's old. I was cracking up with that big old steering wheel, and he over there like, Tamika.
I didn't know how to roll down the windows or nothing. He was just looking for all like the updated things. He was just like, where's the GPS?
I'm like, look, this is heavy. Tamika, I need you to, could he even hold? I need you to find the address to my mom. I'm like,
child, diamond in the back, sunroof top, digging in the sea with the gangster lean. Ooh.
I was cracking up. But let's just move the heck on, child, because this is when we get to the real. Like we're looking at OG Power. First of all, when you see Tamika, that was like the first. No, that it was Two-Bit. Then it was Tamika. Then it was like, as he's out there, he's watching his family. Tariq is, he's watching his family, but who sees him? Yes, like, Tariq, I thought that was you. Big mama, and mom's gonna be so excited this and that. He's like, no. Then all of a sudden he sees what? Listen, when the Mustang pulled up, it's a Mustang, right? Yeah. This car. I was like, oh, I know it is not Tommy. What the heck is going on? And yes, here we go. Tommy gets to freak out and starts doing his Tommy thing and laying folks out, laying guards out. Tariq is like, oh my God, like be quiet. So he has to protect his sister while things are going on. I guess he must have had to lock her in the car real quick or something, tell her to duck and hide. I'm going to assume that, right? Duck and hide, little girl, while I go in the house. Because
he told her, he came in the house with her and told her to stay, like it was like a back door.
Oh, because I didn't see her.
Yeah, he said, yeah, stay right here. I'm like, why you ain't telling her to stay in the car?
Oh, see, I didn't even see her. Like when he came in, because I guess I was just so focused on the conversation between Tommy and Tasha, all this talking going on. So, but you can go ahead. You can talk about that little situation.
You was doing a good job. Go ahead. I like your narration. You don't author up in here. Go ahead, narrate.
Oh my gosh. So, like I said, he gets there and he's in the house now. And he approaches, well, no, Tommy approaches Tasha and he's talking all this stuff. And she's like, Tommy, no, don't do it. You know, she's trying to plead for her life and we're family and all of this. Now, I'm not really sure of the order of events, but this is the way the conversation goes. He immediately comes, I'm sorry, he eventually comes out because he's about to. Before Tariq came out, did she say we're family to him, to Tommy? I think he did, right? Because that's when he was like, family don't do what you basically
Tariq
don't
was
kill
already
family.
out when he was saying that. Because she was like, we need to stop, from my understanding.
It was about what she, well, I mean, I'm trying to figure it out because I know it was like she had said it, I think, and then it was like about to be a rap, like I'm about to take you out, and then Tariq came out, and then she did still say something again, like we need to put this behind us because he's like, you gonna shoot me because you killed your old man, so it ain't gonna be hard, you know, for you to do me and all of this. Then all of a sudden somebody comes through the freaking door. This is a lot of conversations, you know. My thing is, Tommy, if you're gonna do it, Tommy, just do it. So you already know a lot of times when there's a bunch of conversation going on, it's probably not gonna happen. Look unrealistic. So, but it did look like he was about to cancel Christmas on her, though. It really did. But and maybe Tariq too. So Tariq came in and tried to save the day, but he winds up getting bopped over his head. Now, right now, we don't know who bopped him over his daggone head because we're not talking about anything that happens in episode 10. That's how the episode went off. But first, it was somebody that came through the door. One of the feds came through the door. I'm assuming that this is the extra people that Tamika sent, right? He comes through the door, but here's the strange thing. This person gets shot before Tommy even turns around. And you're like, oh, shoot, what the heck? Because I know Tommy didn't just shoot him that quick. Tommy turned around too daggone late. The guy was already on the floor. Then by the time he gets ready to turn his gun to Tariq, Tariq looked like he about to shoot Tommy. And all of a sudden, Tariq gets hit over the freaking head. And I'm like, whoa, what just happened?
It was one of those things. It reminded me, you know how we was doing that for BMF, that B Mickey and Meech scene about who killed that one dude, like because there was so much craziness going on.
Yeah, like, right. Yeah. We were going, people be like, no, it was B Mickey. And then we was like, no, it was freak. Well, I don't know. Did you say it was? I think you was with me, right?
Yeah, we was kind of
that it was Meech.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
but
it was like one of those, like, all right, let me rewind again. Let me rewind
1,000 times.
After rewinding, I'm still like, you know what? I'm just gonna wait.
Yeah, because what is going? You're right. Because what is going on here? Like, this is weird. How does dude just come through the door, get shot, then Tommy turn around like he ready to shoot him? Dude is already out. He's down for the count. Okay, so
the way he was the way they were so lax when he pulled up annoyed me. Because you are protecting someone who's obviously trying to, like, you were hiding somebody in Winsec. Like, why you let him go ahead and drive by, you know, miles per hour,
right?
Let him get out. Like, it should have been as soon as you. I just feel like it was just, of course, unrealistic. But the part that confuses me the most, Tariq said Monet Tejada gave him the address, and Tariq hears that behind the wall. So at this point, and maybe we'll get clarification. At what point is she realizing, like, I believe Tariq working with the feds to even give up this? Like, how did she get to no, I'm not believing this letter, to telling Tommy where Tasha is? Like, can you think?
Wait. Okay, say that. Start over. Sorry.
So when Tommy
was trying to delete somebody's comment, but I can't. But go ahead.
Oh. When Tommy was talking to Tasha, Tariq was still kind of behind the wall, you know, listening. Tommy told Tasha Monet let him know the address. I'm figuring that Sax'S put the address in the letter for her as well. But how did Monet get from, okay, Tariq is definitely not working with the feds. Of course, Diana had her, you know, was in her ear. But how did she come from this to telling Tommy to kill? Like,
right, and you can tell that there's something up because it's just like Monet don't seem like she's even involved in anything that's happening. Like, remember she told we were to discuss this, that she told Diana to look into it, right? Or let's wait or whatever. But it's like, how is he getting a letter from Monet, and then where did Monet know where to find Tommy? Like, it's
Well,
just
he said she left him a message, so I don't know.
a message.
You know what I just thought
He
of?
gonna figure out.
Maybe. You remember when the kids confronted her and she was immediately thinking Tariq was the one behind it? Maybe that was her get back, thinking Tariq was behind them figuring out what she's been doing. Do you think? Like she's still okay? Go ahead.
Say that again. Sorry.
So I'm thinking the reason why she wanted get back on Tariq by killing Tasha is because she blames Tariq for divulging all the information to the children. Because remember, she wanted to immediately, you get this from Tariq, this is about Tariq, because Tariq had a child. So I'm thinking because she don't think her kids is bright enough to put two and two together. So this is my only thing at this point to kind of, just kind of make me, satisfy me as to her reasoning to get at Tariq, because I can't think of no other reason at this point that she would have Tariq hurt unless she blames him or is blaming him for her kids finding out about everything. I don't know.
But the thing too is scratching my head. How were you able to leave Tommy a message? How do you know Tommy? How do you know where to find Tommy? It's like all these questions. And who said One Shot Gaming said episode 10 will answer these questions? I do know that. Yes. But I am going by the people. I am talking and speaking for the people who have not seen episode 10. Have you seen episode 10?
No, I haven't.
Okay. So I am going by my initial thoughts, and that's what I'm sticking to and sharing, because those are my thoughts that I had before I knew all the answers. And that's all I'm saying. You guys can trust me not to spill the beans. You guys are safe here. The ones that haven't seen episode 10, you're safe. And with that being said, I'm about to peace out. I thank you guys so much for being here. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. Pretty girl, thank you so much for spending time. It's almost 10 o'clock. We open almost 2 hours up in here, baby.
That's what we do.
Yes. Do not read the comments. Somebody literally just put a spoiler. Don't read the comments.
Okay, I won't.
Don't. Yeah. So I'm about to get out of here because, like I said, the comments are now that we're asking the questions, people are going to come in here and start putting the spoilers after we ask y'all not to put the spoilers in the chat. My Lord and Savior.
Ruining the experience.
I know. Love you guys. Oh, you want to say real quick what's coming up for your channel?
Yeah, right now, I have my review up on my channel, and then on Wednesday, 8:15, we are reviewing the original Power. Season 4, episode 7. This is right after Kanan kills Jukebox, so it should be interesting. Getting all these juicy details. But yeah, that's it right now.
Okay, good. Make sure you check her out, guys. Please. That's on Wednesday, right? At 8 still.
Yes. Right. And Brillo and I do have a podcast, the Pretty Thorough podcast. We did have a little teaser last week. So please check that out. But we will be starting our episodes in June. So please check that out as well.
Nice. Go guys. I was gonna say go girl, but go guys. Go gals and guys. All right. Thank you guys again. You guys have a blessed one. Thank you guys for being here. And you take care and be blessed. And I'll see you guys soon. All right. Bye-bye. We're leaving, Monica. Don't worry.
I ain't looking.
Yeah.